All right guys, I got a great video for you today in controlling your path and controlling your face angle in the golf swing. And if we can control those two things, we can hit a dead straight shot. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that. Now, I will warn you, I'm going to take you way outside your comfort zone today. You're going to do some things that you're going to feel very, very uncomfortable doing, but it's going to help you to get much more awareness of our face and the path as we're swinging through the golf ball and being able to train this. The first thing we're going to work on here is path. And we need to be able to do this in a certain way. So I set up a stick and it's in line with my ball. I picked a target about 100, 120 yards in front. I'm hitting a 6-iron here, so I'm gonna sail way past that target. But I put a stick in line with my ball, directly in line with that target, and I also put one on the ground here in line with my target so you guys will be able to see this. And we're gonna do a few drills that are really gonna help you to get aware of the path in the face. You know, it's gonna get a little crazy, but if you work through these drills and you practice them pretty regularly, you're going to be able to learn how to control this. So first off, let's talk about what causes the ball to curve. Now, when we're hitting an iron, about 80% of the direction that the ball starts is going to be from the face angle. So let's imagine that I'm coming through contact and my club is swinging out to the right. My path of my club is swinging out to the right, about 10 yards to the right of the target. And my face is perfectly toward the target. Well, that means that since my ball is going to start 80% the direction of the face, my ball is going to start about 2 yards to the right of the target. So pretty much at the target, just barely to the right of it. Now the ball is going to curve away from the path. Since my path, or the direction I was swinging the club, was 10 yards to the right, my ball is going to curve away from that. So that means I'm going to start just barely right of the target. And since my path was to the right, that means my ball is going to curve to the left. That would be how we hit a draw. Now, as a good rule of thumb, we can't have an exact science because there's other factors in there like wind and where you hit it on the club face itself. But a good rule of thumb is the ball is usually going to curve with an iron about twice as much as the difference between the face and the path. So if I swung again 10 yards to the right, my face was at the target, that ball started a couple yards to the right of the target, it's going to curve in that 8 to 10 yard range to the left of the target. So if you watch your ball flight and it starts out at the target and curves away from it, we know our path is to the right and it's curving to the left. And if it curves, say 20 yards, quite a big hook with an iron, we know that my face and path are pretty far apart. If it only curves 1 or 2 yards, we know my face and path are pretty close together. The opposite's going to happen for a fade. So now if I'm swinging to the left, we use that same example of me swinging to the left 10 yards, my face is at the target. My ball is going to start a little left and then it's going to curve to the right. So by setting up the stick this way, now we can practice a couple drills doing this. But this is where you're going to have to trust me a little bit and realize that you may not hit some good shots, but you're going to get a lot of awareness of what you're doing. The first thing we're going to do here, if you take your normal grip and you hold the club up in front of your body, we'll see that the face is basically straight up and down. That's my neutral grip. What I want you to do is to loosen up your grip and twist the club in your hands until it's about 30 degrees closed. So now my club face is very, very closed. So basically if I set this club on the ground 30 degrees closed, I can take my grip and now this face is super, super hooded down. I could really hit a snap hook. I could hit a ball a mile to the left if I set up with the face this closed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get used to tilting my path well to the right. So now if I do this, my face is set up closed and now I feel like I'm gonna tilt my body to the right. I'm gonna have to put the ball a little farther back in my stance just to be able to reach it while I'm doing this. I'm gonna tilt my body to the right. Look how my left elbow kind of comes underneath like this. And now I'm in a position to where I can swing well out to the right. I could probably swing 40 or 50 yards out to the right, meaning my path is going way out to the right. Now, since I'm going so far that way, my face is actually gonna be a little to the right of the stick. So if I do this and I hit some shots doing that, my ball should clear this stick to the right side and then it should hook well to the left. That's going to help you to get a feeling of what a big hook is like. We're kind of cheating here a little bit to get a big hook. So I want you to go ahead and drop a few balls down right on this target line. Get that club face really closed. Get the ball a little farther back in your stance just so you'll be able to reach it when you're coming this far. And I want you to feel like you're swinging out toward first base. My elbow is going to be more under this way, my right elbow, to allow me to swing out that direction. And I'm going to go ahead and hit some pretty big hooks here. It's okay if my stance gets lined up just a little bit to the right as I'm doing this. and hopefully I'll miss this stick to the right. There we go, I blocked that one a little too much to the right. I'm really gonna try to hook this next one. Get it to curve maybe 20 or even 30 yards. So closed club face, ball back in the stance. I'm really swinging my path way out to the right. There we go, that ball hooked about 30 or 40 yards. Since it started to the right of the stick, I know my face was pointing to the right of the stick. Since it hooked big time, I know my path was well to the right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that about maybe 15, 20 times so I can really get that ball working that way. Then we're gonna do the exact opposite. So this is gonna be really tough for a lot of you guys out there to keep the ball, to get the ball to really start close to the stick and go this way. But what we're gonna do is the exact opposite here, where I open the face about 30 degrees. So now the face is wide open, and now I'm gonna swing way to the left. And I'm gonna make sure that my club face is actually rotating to make sure that my ball starts just to the left of the stick. So if I just swing square, well, my ball's gonna pop off way over there somewhere. So I gotta swing way to the left and get that big fade. So now I'm gonna put the ball a little farther up in my stance. And again, the ball should start left of the stick and really hit a big slice with this one. There you go, that ball turned 10 to 20 yards to the right. So again, I would go ahead and do that, 15, 20 times. You don't have to make a full swing, just do a 3/4 swing as you're working with this. And ideally what I want to do there is I want to get those hooks and I want to get those slices so I can feel the real extremes. Once I'm comfortable with that, now I'm going to go ahead and lose this stick because I would want to be hitting this. And I'm going to watch my ball. So this time I'm going to go ahead and make a swing, and I'm just going to watch the flight of my ball, and I'm going to realize that the ball starts where my face is pointing and then curves away from my path. Since we just worked on both of these things, we should be able to fine tune this. So now let me go ahead and I'm going to hit one here, and I'll tell you what the ball flight did and how I'm going to straighten this out to get a dead straight shot. Let's go ahead and take a normal swing. There we go. So that ball started just a hair to the left of the flag, and it drew a little bit. So I know my face was basically pointing just barely to the left, and my path was a little too far to the right. If I want to get that dead straight, my face was pretty good, but I know my path was too much this way. I need to get a little bit more feeling like I'm swinging right to left, and that's going to straighten out that ball flight. Let me go ahead and try another one and see if I can hit a little bit straighter. There you go, much straighter on that one. That one was almost perfect. That time, ball started about to the target and faded a little bit too much. So since the ball starts on my face, started pretty straight, that's good. My path, I overdid it a little bit. I came a little bit too far right to left. And now I'm gonna barely fine tune that a little bit more, and I'm gonna feel like I'm swinging just a little bit less to the left and see what the result gives me there. Let's try one out. Oh, same thing again. Gotta do one more. So that time it faded a little bit too much. I'm gonna try to get my path a little bit more to the right than that last one so that I get a dead straight shot. There we go, dead straight. Maybe curved a yard or two draw, but I can really fine tune this. So all you have to know is, where does my ball start and which way is it curving? Starts to the face and curves away from the path. So if I start to get those balls to hook too much, I'm gonna adjust my path, just like we did with the stick, to straighten that out. And play around with it until you get that dead straight shot. It's gonna help you get a lot of awareness to this club. Do about 30 to 40 out to the right like we did at first, 30 or 40 to the left, and then spin the rest of the bucket trying to hit a dead straight shot and constantly fine tuning so that you'll be able to get that down. Now, two last little tips here with your face angle. If my face keeps on coming in too open, meaning that the ball is starting too far to the right, I want to feel like I'm releasing this toe and twisting that on over. If you're looking at the butt end of this grip, I'm going to feel like I'm turning this like a clock. I'm letting that face turn on over. So now my hands are going to feel like, my left hand's going to feel like it's rolling this way, my right hand comes on top, and that closes the face. So if you're looking at this from down the line here, that's gonna roll this face on closed. That's gonna get my face more closed. The opposite of that is more open. I'm gonna feel like the face is staying open like this. Most people don't have too much of a problem with that, but I'm just gonna feel like the face stays a little bit more open and my hands don't roll over as much to get that ball to start more to the right. So pay attention to the face, pay attention to the path, and then fine tune those for a dead straight shot. You guys will really be playing a lot better golf and you'll get rid of those big misses out of bounds and in the water. So good luck, work hard. I'll see y'all soon. All right guys, I hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got a great bonus for you. I got a preview of a lag video. It goes over the #1 lag mistake I see in golf. You'll be able to get instant access to that by clicking the link that pops up on the screen or down below in the description. Also remember to subscribe to our channel, that way you'll see our latest videos. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and always hit the like button. That really helps us to grow the channel and keep bringing you more content. So good luck to you guys. I'll see you all in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see, and in this drill what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be. I want to use the full length of this club to build lag and then release lag.